I'd like to thank the Conservative Party for organising one of the longest job interviews in history.
Liz Truss, the new UK PM.
I am a plain-speaking Yorkshire woman, and I know that a woman is a woman.
President Macron, friend or foe?
The jury's out. Will be
Secretary.
going to Rwanda. If they're not on this flight, they will be on the next flight.
Raised in a Labour family, she became a Liberal Democrat activist at Oxford and famously called for a republic when she was 19.
We do not believe that people should be born to rule. Do you, conference, believe that? Do you? Abolish them!
Now she's the darling of the right of the Conservative Party.
During this leadership campaign, I campaigned as a Conservative and I will govern as a Conservative.
Truss fiercely backed Remain during the EU referendum, but after the vote became one of Britain's biggest Brexiteers.
And the reality is the vote needs to be implemented.
But what about the people who've changed their minds between then and now?
I don't think people have changed their minds. Everyone I speak to... I have, that's true.
Right.
Liz Truss is one of the longest-standing cabinet ministers in the current government. But while Truss has bagged her political dream job, she's inherited a political nightmare.
There is a storm that is gathering in Britain, and it's quite extraordinary.
With double-digit inflation, a looming recession, industrial unrest, the war in Ukraine and soaring energy bills, this now passes for entertainment in Britain.
We'll pay your energy bills. It's your energy bill!
Oh my God, thank you. Oh, what a relief.
Truss vowing to
Govern as a Conservative.
promising,
A bold plan to cut taxes and grow our economy.
but with the darkest economic clouds in a generation brewing, can Liz Truss weather the storm?
I know that we will deliver, we will deliver, and we will deliver.
Well, journalist Barbara Sarah joins us now from London. Things have been pretty tough and tumultuous for the UK. Is this the dawn of a new, more optimistic era for the UK?
Yeah, I'm not sure that the words brilliant and optimistic are being said a lot here in the UK. Look, I'll tell you this. I think that there's an element of relief, at least, because remember that Boris Johnson resigned, just around 2 months ago? And now and before that, there had been weeks of speculation, and then there was the leadership contest between Liz Truss and Rishi Sunak. So I think now there is at least relief that someone is officially in government. I mean, there was a caretaker government before, but, now she is in place. She is the new prime minister and will presumably start tackling many of the huge issues facing the UK.
Truss wasn't voted in by the British public, but by her party. So what's the mood like in the UK right now?
So she got elected by a very, very small number of people, 0.3% of the electorate, the members of the Conservative Party. The truth is that the mood it's terrible. I've never known such a feeling of insecurity. One of the words that I keep on hearing from friends and colleagues is terrified. I think people are truly terrified about the cost of living crisis. We're seeing energy prices go up fourfold. So look, it's a really, really difficult time. And I think, as I've said, huge insecurity.
With all of that in mind, Barbara, it sounds like there's not going to be any kind of honeymoon period for Liz Truss. So what are the chances she'll make it to the next election in 2 years' time?
Look, I think within the Conservative Party, who knows? But I don't think there's any appetite for yet another leadership contest. And I don't think there's any appetite in the country for another prime minister now, or even a general election earlier. Remember that she's now the fourth prime minister in 6 years, which for the UK is quite a lot of prime ministers. So is she going to, take the country to the next general election? Yeah, that's a lot of prime ministers.
Well, no, not for Australia, it's not.
Okay, well, there you go then. It's not just us. That's good. So we'll see. I think the question is, what shape will the Conservatives be in 2 years, or, what shape will the country be in 2 years?
There is some speculation that Boris Johnson still might mount a comeback. Is that likely at all, Barbara?
So he just made a speech outside Downing Street where he said that the party had to unite and he was going to disappear somewhere in the Pacific. So that's the official line. Yeah, something about a rocket. It was very Boris Johnson. So there's a lot of speculation that he's not quite done. Liz Truss was a huge supporter of Johnson, and she got a lot of applause yesterday when speaking to the Conservatives when she praised Johnson. So he's obviously still popular. Is he gone for good? He said it before. He's made great statements points about how he was going to disappear and never ever become prime minister, of course. So we'll see. But I can't imagine that in the foreseeable future there's any appetite for that. And he's anything but stupid, so I don't think he would misjudge that.
Such a big character, though. Will you miss him?
Will I miss him? What a question. I don't know. Yes, I think he was a big... Everyone always compares him to Berlusconi. And I think what I've learned from Berlusconi, they never really go away. So even if you want to miss them, you can't miss them because they're always there. And he's going to write his memoirs, I'm sure. So, there'll be something to, to alleviate the moments when I miss him.
Something to take to bed at night, Barbara.
There's a thought.
We're in the Pacific, Barbara.
Yeah.
Should we be worried?
I know. Well, I mean, you tell me. In fact, do tell me if you see him around. But yeah, that's what he said.
Barbara, Sarah, thanks for your time. Good to chat as always.
Thank you. Bye-bye.